Hello there, my very good friends. On this wrestling news video, where the hell is AJ Lee?
I'm going to tell you why WWE turned Jade Cargill heel.
Could the Rascalz be off to AEW?
And also tell you why Maven doesn't watch WWE. I'm Adam Wilborn.
Andy H. Murray, the H stands for Horton Hears a Who.
Oh, love that book. And this is the news. Afternews.
Puss in Boots, isn't it? That's him. Dr. Zeus.
Speaking of boots, if you want to shoe chat, that's the morning news today.
There you go. Shoes.
We mentioned Puss in Boots.
Yeah, I know.
Or Push in Boots, which is what some people in that stable might be getting. Anyway.
Push in Boots. Right. What was that?
Alistair Black.
Don't turn your back, man. Don't turn your back or you will lose your title fight.
Yes, but we are talking a load of cobblers on this morning's news.
Well, let's talk about AJ Lee. Where the hell's AJ Lee?
Where is she?
What's going on with AJ Lee? So it has been noticed on Twitter and various other places of dens of infamy and iniquity, hives of scum that we live in because we are scum.
Yeah.
But yeah, various places have noticed that AJ Lee on Netflix, right? Her image had been used to advertise the upcoming episode, the 17th of November. That's
right.
What's that? 3 weeks away?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 weeks away. AJ Lee, banner, AJ Lee. She's been deleted.
What?
She's not there anymore.
Damn you, Matt Hardy.
Replaced by, that's it. That's where she is. She's hanging out at the Hardy compound. She's making friends with Willow. There's a boat that is, what was it, dilapidated boat?
Yeah, dilapidated boat.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. But no, she's been replaced by John Cena on this thing. And it's got people talking, what the hell's going on with AJ Lee? Where's AJ Lee? Why has she not been on the show? What's this? She's Jack Skellington. She's everywhere. She's everywhere at once and she will cut you up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got a lot of people talking about what's going on with her. So she hasn't actually wrestled since WrestlePalooza, obviously, which was her first match in 10 years. That was on the 20th of September. We are now over a month since AJ Lee last showed up in WWE. And it was interesting because there was a report at the time stating that she'd signed like a full-time deal and would be positioned as a figurehead of the women's division going forward. Now, that did not come with the report that she would be on TV every single week. But 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks coming up now, it's quite a lengthy absence. And why would you replace her on the banner? I don't know. It's got a lot of people speculating. My best guess on this is that she's got a similar deal to Punk, right? To where there's a number of dates on it a year that she does or will do. And that doesn't necessarily mean she's going to be around all of the time. I would imagine we'll see her again before the Royal... I mean, you think she'll be in the Royal Rumble, right? And
definitely. She better be for our thumbnail, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it's better if we put something ridiculous on there.
Good point.
Like Godzilla! There you go.
Chris Jericho.
Put Godzilla... Well, I mean, that's not so ridiculous. He's more of a Mothra, I think. Because if he goes too close to light, he dissolves. Chris Jericho's a moth. There you go. Man of the hour, that's Leo Rush. This video is all over the place.
Yeah, it's chaotic today, isn't it? Look, to be honest, I thought it was a bit of an overreaction from everybody when they were like, oh my God, it's AJ Lee on the banner for this episode of Raw. I genuinely thought it's probably just some auto-generated thing where they have a multitude of who they consider higher profile wrestlers. Sure. Your Roman Reigns, your CM Punks, your Jey Usos, etc. Otis, who they just... for the holding pattern of Netflix's runs, just generate someone. And it just so happened to be AJ Lee. My theory now is that she is returning sooner rather than later, and maybe this whole hubbub about, AJ Lee here, they changed it because they don't want people talking about it because they want it to be a big surprise because you feel like she is going to be involved in this whole Becky Lynch, Maxine Dupri storyline. Obviously, they had the title match last week, which Maxine Dupri won, not for a title change, obviously, but she won with the disqualification from Becky Lynch shot with the title. Yeah. So I think they're going to have a rematch down the road. Maybe they want to get like Saturday night's main event out of the way, but I definitely feel like they're going to have a big-time match for the women's IC title between Becky and AJ. And I sense there's going to be one more match between Dupri and Lynch. That Lynch will eventually win by hook or by crook. I think
Yeah.
Maxine's been doing a brilliant showcase of how much she's developed in recent weeks with these matches. And yet again, Becky Lynch making her opponents look amazing.
She's the best.
But I think, whatever, Becky wins, retains, and then's like, I've had enough of you. I'm going to really hurt you now post-match. And AJ Lee runs down to make the save. I sense that they've held off on that recently. A, because of Saturday night's main event. And B, because we've literally just had that storyline. And it continues tonight with the whole Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella thing.
Yeah, I agree, but I think there's one more step in there.
Ooh.
I think they're going to do a match between Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr.
I saw Jess talking some smack out there.
She was like, "Shut up, Becky Lynch" on Twitter, and Becky Lynch tonight is probably going to be like, "Shut up, Jessica Carr." I think they're going to have a match. Jessica Carr has been wrestling recently as Calyx under a mask, hidden away. So, it makes my conspiratorial mind go, she's doing that for a reason. Have a match for Becky Lynch.
I do, there's a bit of my brain that really enjoys, you shouldn't be wrestling.
Yeah.
Not that saying that Jessica Carr can't, but you're the referee one. You're the one in the black and white shirt.
I mean, to make it, believable, right, it should be like a 3-minute match.
Yes.
Becky should whip her ass. But, it should have a point in it where Becky's, being an asshole, she's, slapping, talking trash, and Jessica Carr has, a 30-second blast where she, puts her on her ass and goes, "Screw you!"
Yeah.
And then she should lose, because she's a referee. In kayfabe, it would make sense for her to beat the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I think Becky's been doing great work, but you can't have it constantly beaten by, no offense, but Maxine Dupree and a referee.
Yeah.
Although, I would like Jessica Carr win with her feet on the ropes. That would be amazing.
Yeah, or Nick Patrick comes down and helps her.
Fast count. Come on, Nick.
Earl Hebner's.
Come on, mate. It's really important, this.
Earl Hebner's in the back selling bootleg photos of it. Yeah, why not?
Oh, when's he going to be tweeting again? He was good value on X back in the day.
Earl Hebner's Twitter account, man. What a beast. What a beast. Bring him home.
But yeah, I think AJ. So obviously it's the go home for Saturday night's main event this week. So maybe next week or the week after, maybe it is that 17th, and someone. It often happens, doesn't it? One person just doesn't realise what they're doing, does something, and everyone goes, "What's this?" And they go, "Oh God, I've screwed up."
Yeah, you're right, Fo. It's probably some algorithm they've got that makes this image a Raw plus wrestler equals thumbnail.
Yes.
That's probably as simple as
Don't
it
they're
is.
doing teasers in the Netflix.
Yeah. It's not the real reason why Raw is tonight. Or,
Whenever I
shocking truth.
Yeah,
behind
whenever
Raw.
I press play on SmackDown, the little holding image that they have is Roman Reigns stood in the ring. I don't automatically think, "Oh, cool, Roman Reigns on SmackDown."
Yeah, big Roman.
Yeah.
Big Rome.
Yeah, and they have shots of The Rock, for example, and we'll be right back. I don't think, oh my God. I mean, The Rock's coming back this week.
Some of these adverts are just completely there was one. It was one of the first PLEs that was on Peacock. I think it was the Royal Rumble where Hardy was there. Was that Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Where it was get to the freaking match.
Oh my God,
and
what
this
we doing?
guy's in the ring going around, I'm going to shake my truck or whatever.
Got that truck song, yeah.
Whatever his songs are about, I don't know. Sleeping
Trucks and God bless America.
Trucks and Eagles, baby.
Yeah.
I love trucks, to be fair. I don't know about Eagles.
I like trucking.
Middle of the road. Yeah, me too. Scrooge McTruck. But yeah, the adverts during that show were Braun Strowman video for 5 minutes, and Charlotte Flair had
Charlotte Flair was the one,
yeah, for 5 months or something. It was the Queen. And it was what? She's not here.
I swear there was one I was watching. I can't remember what it was. It was a while back though, like you say, for obvious reasons, because there was a Bobby Lashley. Have you ever met Bobby Lashley before? I was like, yes. And obviously it was just there's 2 minutes and it'll kill some time on the network.
Do you know about this guy who's been in the business for 20 years? Yeah.
But yeah, I hope we get to see AJ Lee back very soon. I think maybe she should be the one to take the IC title from Becky, because I think Becky's proven herself with this run yet again.
I think Bobby Lashley should be the one to wipe the floor with that pube Hangman Page and win the AEW title. There you go.
Yeah.
Predictions.
Speaking of heel turns, sort of, Jade Cargill turned heel on SmackDown. Now, that last week, of course, attacking Tiffany Stratton after her match with Kiana James. And I'm really excited about it. I think a lot of people think this is the right direction. But Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer has been talking about why they've done it, saying they're committed to putting the title on her. Stratton's much better than she is. Yeah, fair. But, Stratton's had a long run. Yeah, I think she, apart from the Vaquer match, has gone undefeated in 2025. They think they didn't make a mistake with Jade, so they're going to get the championship on her. They're so determined not to make it look like they made a mistake with Jade. They're going to give her that title. She hasn't improved that much. She hasn't shown enough yet. To a certain extent, I do agree with Dave on that one. I think there's still big holes in Jade Cargill's game, but I do think being a heel makes things a lot easier for her in terms of her in-ring work.
Yeah, I think she's a better heel than she is a face. I really enjoyed her heel characters in AEW a lot. I liked the baddies. I know everyone hated that. I liked that. I thought it was fun. I liked it when she was going around calling TBS that bitch show. It's funny. I think like her charisma is more suited to being a villain than it is to being a hero. So if she does turn as well, it opens the door for a big feud with Bianca Belair. When Bianca Belair's broken finger or whatever has been ailing her, enables her to come back. So you can do that. You could do that at WrestleMania if you wanted.
I was about to say, we're talking about it now in October, but when this happened, my brain did that exact same thing. For a long time, when we've been speculating on this, and we did like a Talking Heads thing about predictions for WrestleMania, and I was racking my brains. And certain matches, certain people, your Punks, your Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, you can kind of foresee, even like Stephanie Vaquer, what they're going to be doing by April. That SmackDown Women's title, I was like, I don't think Tiffany holds it till then, but I don't know who does. But yeah, give it to Jade, I reckon, now.
Yeah.
I think Tiff's had a good run. I don't know what she does by Mania, of course. But yeah, Jade versus Royal Rumble winner Bianca Belair, for example, would be great stuff.
Yeah, and they've been building it for like a year.
Yeah.
Longer, if you go back through the trio with Naomi.
Yeah, the Naomi stuff, yeah.
It's like 2 years at this stage. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's a better role for her, I think. And I see nothing but positive things coming of this. I think she's run a course as a babyface.
Yeah,
So,
me and Hamfley are going to be talking more about this on the SmackDown Review podcast, which may well be out by this time this news goes out. But yeah, when she came out and made the save, there was a bit of me like, The moment she just took Tiffany's head off, I was like, there it is. That's the right thing to do.
Boom, shake the room. In the words of... who was
Fresh
that?
Prince.
That was him, the Fresh Prince of Biker. Right, let's talk a little bit about the Rascalz.
Ooh.
Just an interesting Q&A response here during a Fightful Select Q&A. Sean Ross Sapp answering the question, of course, but the Rascalz... Very interesting group, right? So Wesley, the two names that I first go to are Wesley and Zachary Wentz because, Wesley, Desmond, Xavier, whatever his name's going to be when he leaves, they were the original Scarlet and Graves tag team long before they came into WWE. That group has since been expanded. Trey Miguel.
What a talent he is, by the way.
Trey Miguel's knocking about, and Myron Reed's knocking about. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But they've all got similar vibe. They wrestle a similar style. It's a really good unit. Obviously, the memberships vary depending on who's employed by who at the time. But yeah, all of that stuff. So Sean was asked about this in a Fightful Q&A because Wesley was recently let go by WWE, and the others are in TNA. But they can fly around the place.
Absolutely,
they can do other things. Can't speak. Vic Reeves. Sean was asked specifically, do you think they'll end up in AEW? Do you think Tony Khan will try to sign them? And it's a pretty interesting response, I think. He said, I think they're great talent, and I that would honestly fit in well with AEW. I don't think they're going there, and if they did, I think they'd probably do well to add Myron Reed as well. How many trios have we seen that end up with an injury and are out of trios convention? It's a pretty good point. They're all very good. I just haven't heard of specific AEW interest. Maybe that will change in January. So yeah, I think they'll be an interesting one to follow. I think they're a pretty big asset to TNA, personally, as a group and as individual wrestlers. And obviously Wesley was there before, and they've been all over the place. I've watched Scarlet and Graves matches in Blooming Dragon Gate, mate. They've been everywhere. So I think they'd be a good fit wherever they go. I think stylistically they are a good fit for AEW. Yes. My thing with AEW roster at the moment would be, who am I adding that's giving me something a little bit different, perhaps? But hey, who knows? Look, Wesley was very, very good as a singles babyface in NXT. So there's that route for him too.
Yeah, if you'd have asked me a few years ago, I'd have been convinced when Wesley was, top of the tree in NXT that they were going to be brought in and then probably taken to the main roster because they work so well together, like you say, and there's a variety of different things you can do with them, like you say, as a trio, as a tag team, with them backing up Wesley if you want to do some sort of singles run or whatever. But as a faction, I think they work really, really well together. Absolutely, I think they're one of TNA's biggest assets, in my opinion. And I was still confused by Wesley's release by WWE, to be honest. But no doubt that AEW would love to have them, a real talent. My concern would be where they fit in. I'm not saying that they're not good enough. I just can't see right now a spot that's like, that's where they go. Although there's a bit of, what's the word I want to use? I have a bit of apathy towards certain bits of AEW television right now, and I think they would certainly draw me in because I'm big fans of theirs. But like I say, with the likes of the Hurt Syndicate and people like that, and the Demand and who others like that, not necessarily to the same extent, but because they're a tag team, but like Jet Speed, their talents would be no doubt utilised by AEW. My worry would be if they're lost in the shuffle. So
Agreed.
I think for the time being, TNA might be the right place for them.
It's my worry for most people who are in AEW at the moment is that they'll debut and then in a couple of weeks you just won't see much of them anymore, which is a shame, but it's the way of things a lot of the time. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Yes.
And finally, let's talk about
Maven.
Maven, yes. Brilliant YouTube channel.
I love Maven, man.
I think we can say friend of the channel.
Friend of the show.
We'd love to have him back on. He was I watched a brilliant back and forth between him and Chris Van Vliet recently. But he has sort of made the blueprint for wrestler makes YouTube channel, but isn't just slagging off whatever's popular right now. Yeah. But he's been talking all about why he doesn't watch WWE. He just released a new video on his channel called WWE is a Problem, and he lists a multitude of reasons why he doesn't watch WWE right now. First one, talking about how much the product has changed from when he was there in 2005, or when he left in 2005. He mentions how it's more of a corporate product. It feels like one big gigantic ad whilst he's watching. He mentions the Rey Mysterio and Dom feud, where there was a Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot. Which, to be honest, for me was kind of a selling point, but for other people I can understand. He also criticises the in-ring, the evolution of the in-ring style, saying, look, these guys are better wrestlers than I ever hoped to be, but therein lies the problem. When you're so good at something you want it to showcase it, and when all the moves look like a pre-rehearsed dance, it's just a little too much. He also made a bit of a controversial statement saying, I don't think professional wrestling is a better product without Vince at the helm. He did clarify, saying, look, I'm well aware of the allegations and no part of me is insinuating WWE should bring Vince back. But he talks about how much Vince was an amazing businessman, but most importantly, a fan, whereas TKO being in charge now, it feels like the almighty dollar before the showmanship of professional wrestling. Then there's a bit of a heartbreaking reason why he doesn't watch WWE anymore. He concludes here with the ultimate truth as to why he avoids the product, saying, since my release in 2005, I truly grew bitter towards the business. Though I've exercised those demons, it's still something that whenever I watch, it just hurts too much. It's hard to see the business that I love, a business that I've given so much of myself and my body over to, move on and not only be fine without me, but be better off without me, which I think is really cool for him to be that open about it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of wrestlers kind of harbour that resentment, but twist it and maybe criticise wrestling for different reasons without, instead of just saying, I really miss it, and I'm sad that I'm no longer a part of it.
And my career ended here, and then it didn't continue. I think he said similar before, but he's always very honest. And very, I really like Maven a lot. I think that the Vince stuff he says here could be taken out of context by some people, but the thing is, right, over the past 2 years, 3 years, I think it's hard to argue that WWE has become much more corporatized. I mean, the Slim Jim tables, sponsored, what was that, reflective anti-5?
Oh, yeah.
The conspiracy thing they had on the ring.
Match, I think
we'll protect you for this match, but none of the other ones. There are mascots all the time. Yeah. There's was there a Minute Maid thing recently that annoyed me? Probably.
Yeah. He's allergic to...
I'm allergic to corporate synergy. There's the Prime logo in the ring. There's countless examples of it.
It's the same. You look at... I was watching UFC over the weekend. It's the same with that. I think, It's undoubtedly a great product, but the way it's been streamlined, it feels, as he says, in terms of referencing Vince here, it feels like it's no longer being booked by a fan, Dana White or Vince McMahon, for example, but by a corporate entity that's like, right, that's all nice, but how can we make some more money?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do agree. I think it has become more corporatized over the years. I didn't like tuning into AEW and seeing Boom Energy or whatever it was, Woo Energy.
Yeah.
Or when they did like the Rick and Morty thing like early on in the promote. It's just not for me. It's like when I watch a movie, I don't care about your product. I don't care about your can of Coke, right?
I like the really obvious ones. Like, guess who's driving a Mercedes?
Yeah.
It's the main character, baby.
So I do think that they can be quite funny. Like when the product placement is so crap, it's funny.
Or Wayne's World, obviously.
There you go. Boom. I can kind of laugh at it. But it is something that takes me out of it.
Yeah, fair.
Like it removes me from the fiction and makes me think, so yeah, this is just a selling platform to get ad space. It's the way of the world. It's how it is.
But yeah, check out Maven channel. He's a really creative dude. He's not just sat there going, this is what wrestling's but nowadays.
Yeah. This is the thing. You can go one of two ways, really, when you're an ex-pro.
Yep.
I would say that the best good example of this is probably Ricky Morton, who comes from the flippin' territories, right? And he's still out there wrestling today in his 70s. I think he's in his 70s.
Respect, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. One of the all-timers, one of the GOATs, Rock and Roll Express, one of the whole flippin' heat segment of a tag match where the babyface is getting pummeled, the face in peril. Ricky Morton mastered that, baby. He's now out here on his show going, this sucks to kill in the business. This guy doing too many flips. He looks like a plumber. He's getting behind people and supporting people, and he's appearing on shows, and he's offering people advice, and he's like supporting the evolution of the show. And then you get like 90% of them who are just over here going, this sucks. Wrestling hasn't been good since I was in it.
Yeah.
And I'm bored of those people. I'm tired of them.
They often run out of steam. There's Cornette's kind of the sort of the originator of this, and then everything else feels like a bit of a copy of that, and people kind of run out of steam after hearing someone for 3 weeks go, I don't like it, it's crap.
Yeah, Cornette, man, like, if Cornette just, all his gimmick was like, let's talk about old wrestling, I'd love that.
Yeah.
But, it's just not for me. It's not how I like to engage with wrestling. And look, there's some things about modern wrestling that I don't like as well. But, hey, I'm not a former pro, so no one cares.
But yeah, honestly, Maven is. I was watching the Van Vliet thing, and he's so creative. I think he said he's got all of his content filmed pretty much till the end of the year.
Smart.
That's an organised man, right there.
That's a content-entertainer. There you go. Yeah, I like Maven. I like his approach a lot. He's honest. He can criticize stuff when he wants to, and he articulates himself well. So
I'm glad he can be. I feel he can be open about it as well and say. And I hope he's all right. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, I'm pro Maven. Look. Memorable stuff in WWE as well, The Undertaker in the Royal Rumble. You cannot take that away from that man at all.
I also love the fact he was talking about once, I think he was put in the walls or something by Chris Jericho, and he it's early days for Maven, and I will teach you this business. And Jericho maybe leans back a little bit too far, and Maven was like, so that's what the bottom of my shoes look like. That was a great line.
Yeah, I couldn't go back that far.
There was I'm not sure if it's out yet, I need to check it, but he was talking on the Van Vliet thing about doing a video where he took like 100 finishes. And I was like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think he got all the way through, which is fair enough at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how painful like the figure eight was, for example. So yeah, go and check out his channel.
Good channel. Good stuff. Using his perspective for good.
But before you go and check out that channel, Andy, shoe chat.
Right now. Yeah, this is the morning news video. We're talking about shoes. What does it mean? What do these shoes mean? What are these WWE teasers? We've got the answer. I think we've got the answer.
Yeah.
Between us.
We certainly give our heart and soul.
There's a time and a place for fish pun. It's not a fish pun.
It works as both.
Yeah.
Check it out. Bye.